up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am having my first vendor event over at a local brewery. I have everything packed up in the Jeep. Very surprised it all fit, but it did. So hopefully we'll see how my items do at a local brewery. It's a rather large event. There's 30 plus vendors, so it's not anything crazy huge, but for a first market, you know, a little bit bigger than I was expecting when I thought there was only gonna be like 10 of us. But very excited to have my first event, take you guys along with me, share what I've learned, show you guys my setup, and yeah, I'll hop back on at the end after today is over with, and I'll show you some clips of the actual booth setup and tell you guys how it went. Stay tuned for that. Bring a chair. I forgot to get a folding chair, so I'm reminding myself to make sure I bring one of those. This is my snacks, my water, hat, watering can for all the propagation stations, and then also in here is my cash box. And for this time around, I thought it'd be fun to share, like, if you purchase a propagation station, you can pick a free cutting. So I thought that would be pretty cool to do for my first market. And then these are all the plants that will be up in the propagation stations. And then this one right here will be the one for the macrame plant handlers. That is all the stuff that is still needing to go in the Jeep. But I'm going to show you guys all the stuff in the Jeep now. So you guys saw the truck all packed up, ready to go. Fingers crossed this goes well. I'm just, you know, hoping to get there and get everything set up on time. And yeah, that's my end result goal, is get there, get everything set up on time, and hopefully people like my stuff.
This life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo.
Alright you guys, so I told you I would come back on here and let you know some of the things I wish I would have done differently and all the positive things about my first vendor market. So yesterday I had my first market at a brewery. I had no idea and no expectations of how well I would do, how things would go, how many people would stop in. And now that I'm done with it and I'm coming back and I'm looking at it, and I obviously already experienced it, it went really well. I'm thinking for my first market, I fared decent. So I enjoyed it. I'll definitely hit up some more brewery markets in the future. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Just me being an introvert, but like when I talk about plants and when I talk about things I'm passionate about and I care about, I can talk your ear off. So I was in my element talking to people all day long about plants, propagation, my work, like things I created with my own hands, and just like the positive feedback I got. People were raving about my displays and products and just like everything. And like when I told them, you know, oh, I like, honestly that means so much to me because this is my first market ever, and they just like, their jaw dropped and they're like, no way. And they're like, oh, you're gonna do so well. And so like I got dabs from people. It was just a really great experience. So I will definitely be continuing. I definitely chose to do be a vendor, and like I had no expectations, like I said, but like that just kind of was like my fuel to the fire. So I will definitely be doing more. But some of the things I wish I would have changed would definitely be just not having the storage down correctly with my stuff to make the pack in, pack out faster. And then also I don't know, I think that was my main concern, was that I'll probably tweak my backdrop a little bit. That way it's more of a one unit, because right now y'all will probably, you can't see it, but it's on hinges, and like when the floor is uneven, the hinges detach because it's a removable hinge. And yeah, long story short, I'll be fixing that for the next one, so I won't be worried about it blowing over. Even though I wasn't, I just totally forgot, like most places aren't on grass, or if they are, blah, 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 blah. So that is the only two concerns I had. And other than that, the things I think went really well were having displays like that. Honestly, people came into my booth just looking at the plants on the wall, and that's exactly what I wanted. Like, just even if you're not gonna buy anything, you just wanna come in, look and see. Maybe you have friends that you're like, oh, look at this, you know? So many people grab business cards, which was very, very exciting for me, because then they can see more of my work and my effort on my social medias. So that was really, really cool. And then, to be honest, after the entire event was basically over, I think we had 5 minutes left, I was starting to pack up as everybody else was. I had a young man and his baby come into my booth, and he's looking at the big display I have, and he's just like, oh, I think my wife would really like this. And I'm just like, oh, awesome. But you know, just chatting, kind of packing things up. And then he's like, all right, I'll be right back. So he comes back in a couple seconds later with his wife. They ended up buying an entire set of propagation stations and a plant hanger from me in the last, I don't know, 3 minutes of me being in that market. So that was super cool. It just goes to show, like, make sure you aren't packing up too early, because, you know, like, you might have a person there who sneaks in and like ends up almost doubling your sales. So that was really, really cool. I hope they love it. I really honestly hope everybody loves their propagation stations, because you guys know how much I love them, because, you know, I do, and I made them, and I think they're really cool. But it's cool seeing other people like them. And then the one propagation station the only one I sold, or the only type, was the Roots, which is the concrete backer. And I was genuinely happy that one was the only one who sold, to be honest, because so far everyone has only really liked the Archie, which is just the magnets, and then the Adeline, which is the same concept but with the shelf. And oh my gosh, when that one was selling, I was like, heck yes, because I was terrified that like maybe people weren't having that same aesthetic visual conception of like, that looks really cool, as I did, and then people were buying, that's all they bought. So it was super, super cool. And like I said, I had 5 sales. Well, I didn't know if I said that yet, but I had 5 sales in total, and all my items that were sold were above $20. So I definitely made a decent profit, but I'm pretty sure it's all a wash. I'll have to do the numbers, but between the tent, the vendor fee, and what else? Tent, vendor fee, table I had to buy, and then the weights. It pretty much was probably a wash for this market, but I have all the stuff now. It's all been paid for, and now I can have profit as we proceed and do more markets. But dude, I just had such, like, I was on cloud 9 when I came home. I was exhausted, just happy, and it was just cool. So it made me feel like I chose to do the right thing, becoming a vendor and having a small business and creating things and just people enjoying them, because, you know, that's the scary part, is going out there and having people look at your items and be like, oh, that's so cool, or oh, like, what the heck is this? So I was just so happy. So yeah, those are the goods, the bads. I'm sure for the next market I'll have more info, but for my first market, that's pretty much all the things I can think of. Just being nice, friendly, like eye contact was huge, because if I just, you know, kind of was like in the middle of something and just, you know, smiled as people were walking by, nobody really came in. But if I saw them like looking at my booth for more than like a second or two, or said the word plant even once, I'm like, oh, you like plants? Like, you know, like started the conversation, and they came into the booth because I'm paying attention, bringing them in, just chatting with them. And I had a bunch of people come in that booth, and I didn't expect everyone or anyone to buy anything. So it was obviously really cool when I got a sale, but just sitting there talking to people about plants for 4 or 5 hours was fun for me. You know, and like I'm sure I've said, the extra, like, you know, profit and someone buying your stuff is, you know, not a bad thing at all. So yeah, but that is gonna be it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are a vendor or you want to become a vendor and you have questions, drop some of your questions below, or if you are a vendor, drop some information below and that you're willing to share, and we can kind of build a little community in the comments below with just information that, you know, you might have been given afterwards, or something you learned recently, or something that someone told you that has changed your life for the events that you do. So drop them below. I'll try and get back to all the comments as best I can. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.